My name's Jeff, and I love beer. I don't just mean that I love to drink it, though. I mean I'm passionate about the history of beer, how it's made, and what's in store for the future of beer. Some might call me a beer snob, but I see it a bit differently. I want to learn about all beers. It's time to go exploring in the world of beer. Sometimes it's good to step away from the lights of Fremont. In fact, it's good to get out of town a bit, which is why we've made our way to Henderson, Nevada. And this is the You Bottle It homebrew supply store. Inside is the owner, Gary, and he runs this place, which means he's the man that I need to talk to. This is a heck of a place here. You got to be the go-to guy for the craft beer scene in Las Vegas, I have to say.
We try to be. We try to introduce a lot of people to home brewing and winemaking, and we try to be here for them. We try to carry what they need, and when we opened this store, it was all about reaching out to the customer and finding out what they wanted, and we still try to do that and bring in things that they need and try to carry a pretty complete supply of whatever they need.
Well, it looks pretty complete from this point of view on this side, even though all the fun stuff's back there. I can see it. When you guys first started, though, you didn't do the brew on premise stuff. You were just a supply store, right?
We were. It was always our goal to be a brew on premise. However, there was some paperwork and legal hoops and zoning and health department issues we needed to clear up first. Exactly.
What kind of stuff do you guys see people coming in here and making?
We're moving right into the summer season now. Fruit beers, wheat beers, saisons, Belgians, and of course in the desert here you have to watch what you're brewing because of the heat that we get.
Absolutely. Now you said watch what you're brewing. Can we take a look around the store and see what you use to watch what people brew?
Sure.
After you.
Alrighty.
So the heart of any good beer is, besides water, all the special ingredients, and we're surrounded by it. What do we got going on around us?
These are the grains for the more advanced brewers, the specialty barley. Everything in here is malted barley, with the exception of the wheat behind you, and I have some rye and some flake over here. But starting with the base malts and flavoring and coloring malts, you can pretty much get everything you need in the exact quantities you need right out of the dispenser. So first thing they do is they get their recipe, they gather up all their grains, and we will weigh it for them on the trade scale, and then we go back to the mill and we mill it for them and get it ready for them to steep and sparge and make their barley tea, their wort.
So someone comes in, do you have a bunch of recipes for them? To say someone comes in and doesn't know what they want.
We have several books with recipes, classic clones. I also have Beersmith on the computer, where they'll come in and actually sit down on Beersmith and they'll look up recipes or build recipes or tweak their own recipes. And so we have literally hundreds and hundreds of recipes. We have 60 to 70 varieties of hops at any given time, along with a full supply of liquid yeast, white labs, Y yeast, as well as a lot of dry yeast.
Now, when someone comes in and wants you to teach them how to make their beer, where does that take place?
Well, it actually takes place both in the store and in the back. We actually start out here, and during the process, I'll usually have a couple beers in the refrigerator. We'll taste them, and then we'll taste some of the hops, or taste some of the grain. We'll taste some of the barley, so they can actually chew on it and taste it and feel it and see how that changes up the beer. For instance, if you taste the American Pale and Ameris Otter Pale, just totally different malts. One's more malty, more flavorful, and one is going to give you a drier beer and allow you to focus on other things. And you're welcome to try them if you like.
Yeah, can you put a little in my hand?
Put some in your hand, yeah. Just pop it in your mouth, and what you don't eat, just jump right in there. That's an American Pale. Now take a little bit of the Maris Otter. You can take a little bit in there and taste the difference in that. That's be a very soft, very malty, very flavorful. Give you two totally different beers, even though they're both pale barley malts.
It's weird that this shouldn't be good, but it tastes good, so I'm just gonna keep eating on this. Now, while I eat this, can you show me where you actually show them how to make the beer?
Yes, if you want to come on back here.
Now, it's interesting, though, to be in this room surrounded by wine, because the show is about beer. I love beer, but I also like wine a lot, too. So it's kind of neat to see this other process, a process I don't normally see. You know, I have a carboy at home, and there's beer in it, so to see wine in it, it's very interesting. You mentioned the fermentation process is a little longer. How else do they differ?
Well, with the beer, it's pretty much you ferment it, you clear it, you bottle it. With the wine, you need to, it's a longer fermentation process, but then you need to stabilize it. You need to oak it if it takes oak, and just it takes a longer time to clear. You need to degas it to get all the CO2 out of it. Beer, we like the CO2 in there because we need that carbonation. Right. With wine, not so good in wine. Fizzy wine, not so good.
Do you mind if I check out the rest of your shop? There's a lot of stuff that's catching my eye that I gotta take a look at.
Please.
Awesome, thank you. Gary and Ann, you guys have a wonderful place here. I learned a little bit more about wine than I expected to, but I also learned a lot about beer, which is always a good thing. Thank you so much.